Yeah, that's the important part, right? So once you put that on, you just don't leave everything the same because
It's now running
compensating
hotter.
for it's exactly, it was compensating for the previous method. And so in the in that process of installation, like what makes it, whereas like let's say I go, oh, this is a great idea. I'm going to go to Amazon, buy a bunch of magnets and stick that onto my pipe. What's the difference in the product and the technology behind the actual collar and why it's effective?
Well, this is years of testing, and this is we actually went to the actual manufacturer and patent holder of this technology, who have spent the time and testing and have the track record, and so they purely act on this as a manufacturer and support system to us. And so, yeah, you can go try and go to Walmart and buy some some magnets that you would use to pick up the nails in your garage and see if anything happens. And I'd say I wish you luck. And I think like most products where there is good thought and research behind them, that you've got a feeling of safety with that, right? I mean, it's not that we're just going willy-nilly and dropping things onto buildings. We understand that this is a significant investment that a property owner has made into their equipment to keep, and I'm going to use the example of an apartment building, right? Like you've got the lives of, 200 different people in your building. You don't want the heat to go off. So you've got to have spent some time on the research to say, hey, what we're putting on is going to keep that system running better for the winter months as opposed to not.
Yeah, it's tested, it's been calibrated for their particular case, like you mentioned. So it definitely is something that you can trust that it will make better and not worse. And so, what's the best advice you can give to somebody who's interested and wants to actually know what their savings have been? Like, what would you say they should do before, before they get the collars, while they have the collars on, to compare the ROI specifically? Is there anything they can do that you can think of?
Absolutely. So one. The main test we would do, which is sort of the standard in the industry, is called degree day leveling. And what that means is you're trying to compare apples to apples on heating days throughout the winter we'll use. In a lot of cases, hey, it doesn't matter if it's winter. If you're running a commercial laundry, you're running laundry every single day and you're heating the water. But let's use that for an example. And so with that, we use the exact location, and there is a formula that's out there through national energy testing that allows you to say, hey, the winter was different this year. So how do we compare year over year what that average temperature would be? And then what was the gas usage? And so given that your occupancy rate, for example, in a building was the same, and given that we have leveled out the degree days of heating needed, then what are the savings year over year? And that's sort of the simple way to walk through it. And so in most cases, people are fairly open about what they spend on heating costs or electrical costs or gas costs, because usually we're all angry about it. So people like to complain and tell you what they're spending, and hey, if you could find a way to save this, that would be great. It always comes back to actually writing the check to get those savings. And so we've tried to make that even easier on people too, and have teamed up with a company called Empowered to deliver financing too, is to say, we get it, it's going to pay back really quickly compared to a lot of other investments. But we recognize that, hey, you're in a fixed, revenue stream. And so how can we move this outside of your regular financing and put something in place that allows you to stay at least cash flow neutral or cash flow positive through the whole project too?
And you will eventually get those savings beyond the investment that you've put into it. So it seems like a no-brainer to me, and it's so easy to do as far as measuring the pipe and discussing what their heating situation is with you, and then you just kind of having them shipped in and put them on, and it just seems like a no-brainer.
This is why we're talking to you to reach that larger audience, to say, guys, this is a no-brainer. This is something you can easily do and complement other things you're already working on to save money or to save on costs or to do better for the environment, right? Like, this is a complementary product.
For sure. Like there's other solutions to be had, and look forward to talking to you about those as well. And So where can people find information on these colors and how to order them and talk to you? Where do they go to get that information?
They would go to info. They can either send an email to info@goldleafenergy.com. They can go to our website, goldleafenergy.com. And I mean, my name's Neil Horn. I'm listed on there as well. We've got a 1-800 number, but also just direct phone line. Can phone it in, but happy to arrange and work with whether it's property ownership groups or property managers, or to work with people who run factories, commercial laundries, asphalt plants. I mean, what's really nice is you've got a product here that can cross so many industries. So where people are concerned about their fuel costs of any kind, let's talk.
Yeah, great way to end this, and I look forward to continue to talking to you about future other energy saving solutions. But thanks for joining today, and let's talk again soon. Okay.
Sounds great, Dan. Thanks very much.